to do is quite a new one. It's called Mother, and it's the first song I've written since becoming a mum. My daughter's 2. I feel kind of guilty that it's taken me 2 years to write a song about her, because I've got friends who are songwriters and they've written songs about their babies whilst they're still in the womb, and it's taken me... But I've just been so busy. And she didn't sleep for the first 14 months of her life, so I've just been too tired. But recently I've just kind of digested what's happened and what's going on, and this song is kind of about being a mum and being... how everything changes and how completely different it becomes, and you do kind of lose your identity a little bit because people call you, oh, you're Isla's mummy. I'm not Lisa anymore, I'm a kind of a mum, and you forget sometimes that you are a songwriter and you're a singer and you've got a day job as well and things like that. And so it's kind of about that, and I'm not whinging because it is incredible. It's the most amazing thing in the world, but it can be difficult sometimes too. So it's about that too, and how I've still got a lot to give, and I'm a lot wiser now, I'm a lot stronger. I've done things I didn't think I could do, and I've survived on 2 hours sleep for 14 months and gone to work all day, so I didn't think I'd be able to do that ever. And it's made me realise what a wimp I was before I had her as well. But yeah, and it's about how amazing it all is. So yeah, I'll stop waffling on because I'm not very good at talking, so I'll just play instead. And it's called Mother. Oh, these days, they go so fast, caught in a haze. I hope we'll pass. I'm saying wait, give me a chance. Time is cruel, time is everything. Oh, these days go by so fast, but in a place I hope will pass. But my heart's beating like it's full of fire. Oh, mother, I'm still alive. Almost always so perfectly pure and true. Whatever happens, I'll be there for you. Oh, these days go by so fast, caught in a place I hope will pass. But my heart's beating like it's full of fire. Oh, mother, I'm still alive. Look at you, mother, you're still alive. Look at you, mother, you're still alive. The next song, I was going to play one that's in a different tuning, but I'm going to save that till the end because I can't be bothered to do tune and then tune back, I forget. This song is called Holding Up the Sky. It was inspired by a book I read called Empress Orchid. I don't know if anyone's read it. It's really, really good. And it's about her life and how she came from poverty, from nothing, to becoming the Empress of China, and the things she had to deal with along the way. But it was also parallel to what was happening in my life in terms of relationships at the time. And the guy she was with, the Emperor of China, wasn't so nice, and I think he wasn't very good with the whole politics side, so she started to help him. And then obviously when it all crumbled, she got the blame, being a woman, naturally. But she described holding up the sky. It felt like she was holding up the sky in the relationship, and if she'd have dropped or let go, everything would have crumbled and kind of caved in. And I think we can all relate to that sometimes if we're in a relationship that's a bit kind of tearing you in the wrong direction and breaking you down. So it's kind of about her and about women who are inspiring to me, and also about relationships as well, and the difficult things you have to deal with sometimes in certain relationships. So there's references to the book, and there's also references to Planet being weighed down by all the jewellery that she wore, and but that's kind of a metaphor for the relationship she was in as well at the time. So I'll try and remember it. I've not played it for a while. I ran into the flames. I ran into the fire. The reflection on my face of every enemy inside, left in the night shade, weighed down with pearls and jade. But what can I do with a man like you? holding up the sky. To play really. This is, I guess, probably the only love song I've ever written really. So, only nice song. I met my now husband about 10 years ago, I think. 10 years ago, I think. And it took 2 years before we actually finally got together. This song is kind of about that, and when we did get together he said, oh, I've got a job in South Korea, I'm going to be off in 3 months. Greg. So I said, well, okay, that's fine, and he wanted me to go with him, and I just moved to Nottingham. I was enjoying living in Nottingham, so I said, no, we'll have a long distance relationship, see what happens. So we had 3 lovely months together, and then we kind of realised, oh, we really like each other, this is serious, and we were thinking, oh no, what do we do now? So this is kind of about the last day we kind of had together before he cleared off, and there's references to, because he's a bit of a nerd and he talks about stars and things, which is beautiful. So it's about that, and he sort of it was the first time he kind of opened up and started talking really before he left, and got to know each other a lot better, and he was waffling on about Venus, and there's Venus, and there's these, so there's references to that as well in the song, and it's called A Man I Once Heard Speak because he was very quiet until the last sort of few days, and then he started to open up, and we started to get a lot closer really, I guess. And he painted me a picture just before he left as well, and there's a reference to that in the song, and he said this is about me, and this picture's me and you in the future, somewhere not in England. So that bit hasn't happened yet, still here. So I guess it's about that beautiful, exciting period of a new relationship when you kind of think, oh yeah, I think this is the one. I've finally found the one. It's happened. Like I said, it's the only nice, happy song I've ever written, so make the most of it. Followed him into the silver sea. I followed him everywhere, a man I once heard speak. He paints a picture, he says, hey, it's you and me, and we can be somewhere better than here. Somewhere better than here. La da 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 da. His patience, his virtue, his smile brings me home. He points to the night sky where Venus shines alone. And through these mad times I hold your hand and you hold mine, and I know we're steady as this rock that we climb. He paints a picture, he says, hey, it's you and me, and we can be somewhere better than here. Somewhere better than here. La da 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 here. La da 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 that's a good question. Well, it started probably from when I was just listening to the radio when I was a kid, and my dad had a lot of Roy Orbison on and Johnny Cash. So I guess that was the first sort of stuff that I heard, and I thought, this is good. And my mum really liked the old sort of R&B stuff as well, and it grew from there. And I didn't have any younger brothers or sisters to kind of be inspired by, so it took me a long time. I don't think I was probably about 16, 17, and I heard, I think it was Joni Mitchell, and then I heard a lady called Annie DiFranco, and she was amazing on guitar, and that kind of inspired me to pick up a guitar. And then I got into Radiohead and all the grunge stuff, and I was massively into, and I still am, the Smashing Pumpkins and bands like that, and the whole grunge thing, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Sonic Youth, and then I was into the Riot Girl stuff. So it was just growing and growing, and then it just became an obsession. I was just listening to music every day. And where I lived in Loughborough, there was an amazing little CD store called The Left-Legged Pineapple. I don't know if anyone remembers it. It was amazing. So I used to go there on a Saturday to the second-hand section and just buy a few CDs and go home and just study them, try and learn to play all the songs, look at the lyrics, read the lyrics, study the artwork. And I miss doing that. I miss having a physical CD to look at now. And yeah, so it just grew from there, and then I got really into the folky stuff and everything really. Then it's just grown and grown. So yeah, there's nothing I won't listen to, but my favourite stuff, I guess, is the singer-songwriters and everything from the Deftones, System of a Down, through to Jeff Buckley and Fiona Apple, Tori Amos and things like that. I do like the more melancholy side of music. I'm not as keen on the upbeat, happy stuff. Never have been. I'm always drawn to the depressing side. Just people. People are fascinating, and I love watching people, studying them, and just from conversations I have, from books I read, from bits of music I hear, poetry, but life really in general is the most amazing inspiration, and what happens along the way while you're trying to, life is what happens while you're busy making other bands, isn't it, basically? So yeah, so it's basically, most of my stuff, 80% is inspired by what's going on around me. And then, yeah, books are a good inspiration as well.
Cool.
I think that's when my songs kind of come out. When I'm in the midst of turmoil and things are really not in a good place, I find it kind of difficult to write. But then kind of, when things are great and happy, I'm having a lovely day, I'll come out with this really awful, disastrously sad song. And then I'll just finish it, have a cup of tea, and then be on my way and be happy again. It's just like a mental poo that needs to go on, I guess. And you can get a bit mentally constipated, can't you? I always lower the tone. But yeah, I can understand that. I think that's probably healthier to do it like that.
Oh, I'm thinking you sound like you're always healthier than I.
Whatever you feel like, as long as you're getting it out, I suppose that's the main thing, isn't it? But yeah, I think usually I'm so wrapped up in how I'm feeling, I'm not that good at processing it until things have calmed down enough to digest what's just happened, and then I'll be able to write about it, I guess. Hence 2 years after giving birth, I've finally written my first song about my daughter. Open D, so D-A-D-F sharp A-D. I think I stole it from Joni Mitchell, because she's got some amazing tunings. And it's a lovely song. I've written a few songs in that tuning. It's just so nice.
Was it, inspired by hearing her then? You thought, I want to write a song that's in that tuning?
I think that tuning was, definitely. Yeah, and that song just kind of flew out one day. And I still don't know what to do in the chorus. So I just go la da 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 da. so if anyone's got any ideas for a part there, I've been doing the la da 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 for about 3 years now.
I think it suits him.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. But I'm open to suggestions.
I think it's really nice sometimes when you've got a little bit like that, where it gives you a chance to just reflect on what's gone before, and you're not cramming us with too many lyrics there.
Yes,
I wouldn't
true.
necessarily rush to ram it with words.
Good point. When I first started writing, I was probably about 16, and I just crammed so many lyrics into my songs, too many. And I was inspired by the Holy Bible album by the Manic Street Preachers, and they nothing rhymed in that album. It was great, so many words, and it's kind of a diatribe of words. So it was kind of, that's how I used to write, just too much going on. So it's healthy. I've learned recently to give the song some breathing space and allow things to breathe, and it's good. It's good for the listener as well to think about the song, and for me not to be singing constantly through the song as well. Always learning.
Okay. I've not got any other questions. Lisa, everybody.
Thank you very much.